Hello, hello, hello. My name is Allie, and welcome to my channel, and this is my keto life. So today I wanted to jump in and talk a little bit about intermittent fasting. This was something that I found, I knew about it, but I hadn't really tried it or dived into it, and I probably started doing it about like a month ago. And there's a few different ways to do it. 16-8 is the way that I follow it. There is, some people who don't, some people do OMAD, which is like one meal a day. Some people do 16-8. Some people do, like a full 24-hour fast once a week. It really just depends on what you want to do. So there is a ton of research behind intermittent fasting, and if you Google it and you search it, you will find a ton of info, and there's a ton of benefits. I am not a medical professional, so please, if you have any medical conditions, please contact your healthcare provider and speak with them about it in your individual medical case. Intermittent fasting is not starving, and so many people think, oh, you don't eat for 16 hours, like you have an eating disorder, or you're starving, or that's not healthy. And that's actually not true. So intermittent fasting is literally just a way to restructure the way that you eat and the time in which you eat in a day. I do 16-8. My husband, he pretty much does the same thing because he doesn't really eat breakfast. He uses his ketones in the morning, and then he doesn't eat until lunch. So for example, it's just an extended period of time in which your body can burn fat. So if I eat dinner at 8 o'clock at night and then I go to sleep, and it's a longer period without eating, and I go to sleep and I don't eat until noon the next day, that right there is putting me in ketosis. And it also is optimizing the way my body burns fat. So intermittent fasting is super friendly with keto. It's super friendly with paleo and pretty much any other type of way of eating that you want to implement it with. It has incredible benefits, and that is something that really had me thinking about it. And it was something, because in the beginning I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, who doesn't want to eat for 16 hours? So I have a 16-hour window every day where I do not eat, and then I have an 8-hour window in which I eat 2 to 3 bigger meals. Again, not starving. I am eating whole foods. I am eating good foods. I'm eating delicious foods, and I don't feel deprived. I've noticed 100% I am much more in control of my eating. I haven't had a binge eating episode in months, and that is huge for me. So I am 100% that girl that used to sneak out and order $30 worth of Taco Bell and smash it all to my face and pretend that it didn't happen. So the benefits of intermittent fasting. Weight loss. If you don't need to lose weight, you can still get other benefits and still maintain your weight. You can add exercise in. That'll help boost it. It helps you balance your blood sugars and insulin. If you are diabetic, ask your doctor about this. It has reduced my inflammation. And let me tell you, as somebody with an autoimmune disease and having Hashimoto's, I 100% battle inflammation all the time, and it sucks. So for me, it was amazing that I could wake up in the morning and my back not hurt. And after I had my daughter, I had a lot of back problems because my epidural gone wrong. So at my own fault for the most part. I would say 50-50. I moved during my epidural because of a contraction, but I'm still like 90% sure, and my primary care doctor is also saying that my epidural was done a little too high because my arms and hands went numb as well. So my back, I had horrible back pain. I had horrible hip pain. My joints and my hands hurt when I am eating inflammatory foods, when I'm not eating keto, or when I'm eating all the gluten and all of the things. My joints blow up. I start snap, crackle, popping, and they hurt. And then I feel like I'm a 90-year-old lady when I get out of bed. And I get puffy. Like, I would not be able to keep my wedding rings on. So the thing that I noticed with intermittent fasting, my inflammation goes all the way down. I can sleep with my rings on. My back pain, my joint pain, I feel like a better human. And it also helps remove cell waste and helps with mitochondrial health. And that is so important because the mitochondria is the brain of all of your cells. And if that is not working properly, you are not optimizing your body. So super important. So, and then also anti-aging, a ketogenic lifestyle, and intermittent fasting, and like I use ketones daily. Those things are so good for anti-aging. You are promoting your muscle health, you're promoting preservation, and it's incredible. Who wants to age well? Me, for sure. And I sleep well. I'm not going to say like a baby because not all babies sleep. My baby sleeps. I'm really lucky. But I sleep, like once I clunk out, I'm out. Like it's hard to wake me up. So again, intermittent fasting is a 16-hour window in which you do not eat, and then you eat within an 8-hour window. There are multiple types, but this is the type that I wanted to talk about today, and that is the type that I am currently following. There's leading professionals in the health and fitness industry who follow this. There's a ton of professional research that you can look up. I 100% encourage you to look it up and research it, because anytime you're changing something within your own body, I think it's important to look at the information and make an educated decision. People don't realize that like when you fast daily, it's something that has been around for centuries and centuries and centuries, because you have to think there's a lot of time in the old days where people had times of famine, and they had times where they would stock up, and they would, not know when they were getting their next meal, things like that. So it's really common in our super, super, super old ancestors. And literally that is why breakfast is breakfast. It's breaking your fast. So that's important. And I try to not do so much snacking while I'm doing intermittent fasting or keto, just because if I do, I start getting back into old habits. And that's something that I've been working on, retraining my brain that I don't need to eat if I'm not hungry. If I am hungry, then I will eat. I definitely don't deprive myself. I've just gotten much better about listening to my body, and that is so important. So when you're hungry, eat. When you're not hungry, get a glass of water. Water is super important with keto and with anything. You should be drinking half of your body weight in water. And I actually track, I will show you on my phone here. I use the Life app, and I use that. It looks like this little app down here. And I use that app, and it helps keep track of my fasting. I just got a new phone, so I bet you I haven't even logged into here yet. There we go. So this app you can track when you started. It will tell you when you're in your fat burning zone. It will also tell you when you can end your fast. So right here, let's see if I can. Yeah, so this is all about intermittent fasting. Keeps track of everything. There is a community of people that intermittent fast. So this is a great tool. I use this all the time. Oh, that glare is horrible. So, but that is a little bit about intermittent fasting, and who would not want to have those health benefits? It can help lower your blood pressure. It can literally do so much for the body, and that's important. It boosts your immune system. I know I used to have the world's worst immune system. I was sick all the time as a kid. I was sick all the time in college, and now I barely get a cold a year, if that. My worst thing that I get is a little bit of a headache, and that's normally if I don't drink enough water, to be honest. So, but that's a little bit about IF, and if you want more information and you want to join my free ketogenic group, and that has meal plans and information on fasting as well as daily support, I will link that below, and feel free to comment with any questions or concerns, and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks.